So, hello all, welcome to my channel. So, this is your Shivram. So, now we are know that what is the static routing. So, what is mean by static routing? What is the use of the static routing? So, what is mean by static routing? What is the usage of the static routing? We are know that right now. Okay, fine. So, what is the static routing means? You want to do manual configuration on it. You want to do manually configure something like that. Manually configure some interface to connecting with him. It's a static means commonly the static is static. The word of meaning is nothing but it's static means it's not changeable, right? So it's not changeable. So it's a not changeable means it will connecting with it's not changeable right now. So that's the reason begin it's a static, and then it will not changeable, and then it will manually configure. It will manually configure, not changeable, and we are do that manually configuration. Static means we are manually configured. That's the reason begin we are manually configured. So previous classes we are discussed about the CPT labs, and then also so we are know that okay, what is the CPT labs? I'll go to the CPT lab. I'll take the snap on it. Here it is here. Okay. Copy. Here it is and paste it here. Okay, fine. Now before the class, the PC ping 1 point. This is a one network, right? So I'll segregate that. This is a one network, and this is another network, right? This is another network, and it's also come up is this is also a separate network, and here it is also a separate network, right? So now so this person is wanted to ping this person means it's really reach, but this person is wanted to reach this person is going to talk with them right now means we here the helping the router of this, it's a routing. So we are also know that what is the use of the router. The router is routing the packets depends upon the routing table. We are checking the routing table. The routing table have the data means the packet is transferred to him. Though this is a routing table. This also is configured with him. This also configured the same way. So here also a routing table. The routing table checking the routing table means that the routing table have the data means the packet is transferring to him. So that's the reason behind it will sending the reply on it. It will get the reply. So this is normal. This is normal routing. So normal routing. So now we are going to static routing. What is mean by static routing? It is a normal routing. Normal routing means we are connecting with the interface. It's connecting with the interface. That interface having the PCs right now. So that's the reason behind it's only for routing, but static routing is not a routing. The static routing is a different of routing. So different routing. So here it is connecting with the two routers. These two routers having the another network right now. So two interfaces have to connecting with them. That connector interface also having another network also. So here I connecting with them here to here. I connecting with the cables. The cables, this is network is 5 network. Here also 4 network means here it is 5 network. 5.1, here it is 5.2. We are configured that. So after that we will what is the exactly what is happening here. So we are going to the labs, and then this is a subnetting labs, static labs. Static lab here. It is opening. Okay, fine. Finally it is open. So now I want to do configure that simple way to do that. So previously we are I previously configured the so many interfaces also. Now I configured only the fifth network only. That's fifth network only. I'll take the wire and I connecting with the fast Ethernet 1.0 to I connecting with them. It's a fast Ethernet 1.0. So I'll set the IP address on it also. So I go to the configuration model, configuration of CLI, and go into the enable mode and configuration T, and go into the interface. Interface means we want to go in the interface right now. So that's the reason I go to the interface and then I configure the IP address. So interface of fast Ethernet, 1/0, right? So you know that 1/0. So it's oh sorry, I'll put the slash wrongly. So 1/0. I enter the 1/0 and then I give the IP address. IP address ADD RESS IP address 192.168 dot, so 1.1. So I give the 1.1 means what is happening here. So we will check what is it here, what is happening here. So because we are already configured with the interface of 1.1 is already here. So now I configured another 1.1 means what is happening here. Right now we are checking 1.1 means 255.255.255. It's 1.1 IP address. It's not 1.6 here also 1.6. Okay, 255.255.255.0. Enter. What is the exact replay is coming from 1.0? 1.0 it's having the overlapping with the 1, so 0.0. So 0.0 interface having the same interface, same network also. So why you are connecting with the same network in the another interface? So the router basically use, you know the router, right? So router basically used for what? Router is routing the table, and then the router is connecting with whom? Router is connecting with the one network to another network person. This is a one network, and this is a two network only. This is a separate network. This is a three network only. We are configured that now. So here it is configured one network means here also configured one network means it will overlapping it happen. This already is one net, one is here. So why is what is the reason behind here is one? So that's the reason the router is configured only the router interface connecting with another different networks. It will cancel, it will accept, and it will connecting with them. So that's the reason behind. So I'll configure the correct one. So 192.168.5.1 255.255.255.0. Okay, I'll configure that, and then no set SSUT. No set means the interface is no interfaces up. So now there is no interfaces up. Okay. So now I go to the IP address model. So do show IP interface brief. Here it is. I configured the IP address 5.1 right now. So now I wanted to go that this interface enable config, and then going to the interface fast ethernet 1/0. So here it is a 4/0, right? So IP address 192.168.5.2. So here it is another network, and same network, right? So it's a 5.1. Here it is 5.2, right? So 5.2 to 55.255.255.0. So and then no shit. So and finally we are going to configure the show IP interface brief. So yes, we are configured the 5.2 now. So what about the routing table? What about the routing table? Show IP route. Show IP route means, so do show IP route. I use the command do show IP route. So do show IP route means the routing configuration is connecting with the 3 point network, 4 point network, and 5 point network only. I will be connecting them. So 5 point network only connected. So that's the reason behind the this part of the net this have. So I'll clearly explain what here is happening here. So okay. Okay, so now I connecting with these interfaces also. Now I connecting with these interface also, and these interface also having a separate network, right? So separate network. This interface also is separate network. So now I want to show this routing table means here showing the routing table for what? Here connecting with interfaces. This is 5 network have, and then 4 network, and then 3 network. We have that. This network have 5 network, 4 network, and 3 network. So these interface also which network having that. So we are also know that, right? So we are also see that's also show IP route. Do show IP route. Show IP route. Spelling mistake. I do show IP route. IP route, it will the connecting interfaces are 1, 2, and 5. So here it is 1 to 5, right? So I'll wrote that 1 to 5. So here the routing table have the data of 1, 2, and then 5, right? 1, 2, and then 5. So these these networks are reachable. These device only reachable these networks only, and these all devices reach only these networks only fine. So these network only fine. So now we are want to configure with here to here. Now we are configured to this one is want to do connecting with this network. So how will possible to do that? This is a two network, this is a one network, right? This is a one network, and this is a three network, right? So the routing table is not having the three, not having the three network, not having the four network. So here I separate color I mentioned. Here it is not having, here it is not having which kind of networks. Here it is 3 is not having and 4 is not having, and here what is not having that interface also, one network and two networks is not having that. So how will configure to routing table? How will configure the routing table is a static routing concept. Static routing concept is very easy. So you will manually configure this 3 and 4 interface reaching via this network, reaching via this interface to this interface means we will easily know that. Okay, so we will configure the static routing interface right now. So I go to the terminal, I configure the interface. So what about the interface IP addresses? I'll check that. Okay, fine. So now the interface is directly connecting with 1 to 5 right now. So now I configure with the IP address. So IP route, R-O-U-T-E, IP route. Which network, which is the we are know that what is the network address, what is the broadcast address. So now we are configured with the network address only. So network address means it's a static IP address, right? So 192.168.4 network means what is static IP address? 4.0, right? So 4.0, it's a starting IP address, right now, right? So then after that it will subnet mask. Subnet mask is 255.255.255.0. So this network reach via which one? Reach via 5.1. So 5.1 via reaching this network, right? So I go to the configuration. Here it is 5.1, right? We are configured with this interface. Here it is configured. This is a 5.1 interface, right? So I'll route it. Here it is this is a 5.1 interface, right? So you want to reach the 4.0 network. This is a 3.0 and this is a 4.0. You know that, right? This is 3.0 and this is a 4.0 network. So you want to connect with this person, is wanted to contact with him. So that's reason behind. So you are sending the request means you are not configured with the routing table right now. So now we are configured with the routing table. Here if you want to do ping 3.2 means the packet is sending to him. At the time we will show the writing, we will verify the routing table. The routing table having three network means it will send. So three networks which via will send. So that's the reason behind I will put the next hop IP address on it. So next hop IP address, it's a 5.1. So here it is a 5.1 is also connecting with him. So 5.1 via which network will be connecting with him? 5.1 via 5.2. So here we configured only for next hop IP address only we will configure. So we want to do 3 and 4 reaching means we want to configure the 5.2 network. So here it is configured to do that. So right now I go into this interface. Here it is 3 and 4 and 5. Okay, fine. I'll close it. First I go to the configuration mode. I'll do the first one thing, this thing. Okay, 4.0. So IP route 192.168.4.0 258.258.258.0 via this interface. via this interface only. This interface only. This interface configured with 5.2. So I'll configure the 5.2 right now here. So 192.168.5.2. Okay, enter. So I configure that. After that, it's a only 4-point network only reachable. So now I wanted to reach 3-point network also. So I wanted the 3-point network, 3-point network via 5.2 via 3.2 network reaching via the 5.2 network. So that's also enabled. That's also enabled. So now I want to know that what is the exact routing table here right now. So do show IP route. So here I configure that one network is directly connected. See, it's a directly connected. So 1.2 it's directly connected, and then the 5.0 also directly connected. But what is it? 192.168 3.0 connecting via 5.2. Connecting via 5.2 means you will reach via this way. This way you will reach the destination. The request sending with him, and then it will connecting with this network. This is a static routing here. So I also configured with another interface also, another router also. So now having these three networks only. So now we wanted to configure that right now here. So IP route 192.168.1.0. So now we want to reach 1.0 here to here, right? So here to here, right? So that's the reason behind we will configure to 1.0 and 2.0. It's not reachable, right? We are also know that. So here we also know that 3.0 and 4.0 network also have. So we want to do connectivity here we also know the 3, 4, 5. What is that missing? 1 and 2, right? So that's the reason behind we will configure the 1 and 2. So one network 255.255.255.0 and via which way? Via which way? Which way means here the request is coming from whom? This interface is 5.1, right? So next hop IP address is mainly important to do that. So the request is coming up here. So here the request is coming up here, coming via this way, this via 5.1 via reaching those internet, those connections. Here the one network, here the two network via reaching 5.1. Okay, reaching via 5.1. So that's the reason behind 192.168 5.1. Okay, enter. And then after that you want to do connect with the two network also. So 2, enter. So now we want to do show IP route. Okay, do show IP route. So now we are coming with the IP address right now here. Okay, so one network, two network, three network is already it's statically connect. Static connect. S means it's a static routing. Here also know that C means directly connected. S means it's statically connected. So statically connect, it's a statically, it's manually configured that. So if you want to reach 1.0 network means via which 192.168.5.0. So now we are going to ping him. So it will reply coming or not. We will check. Okay. So I'll go to the terminal. IP config. So what is IP address of the PC is 2.2, 2.3. So now I want to reach 4.1. 4.1 is another network, right? Another routing network, right? So now I want to reach 4.0 network on ping 192.168.4.2. Wait for some time. Yeah, finally I got the reply from him. Reply from 4.0 to 4.0. It's very first one. So now it's a very useful thing, you know. So now the routing table is know that So now I configured with this interface to I want to reach this interface, this network. So I send the request to him. So here it is not here. So here going the my request, and then the router will router how will going via this, how will do that, because this is a default gateway. So we are configured with the default gateway, means the default gateway means we are not connecting with the network. The network means going to the another networks passing via this default interface. The default interface going to check, the router will open the packet. At the time the router will open the packet, and then what is the packet here, the what is the payload packet is, it's a 4.2 pinging request. So after that the router will checking the routing table also. Here the routing table have statically connecting within, 4.0 via which one, 4.0 via 5.2. So here it's a 5.1. So now we are connecting, we are each connecting with them. So here it's a 5.1 network. So the request is sending to him, the 5.2 reaching at the time, the 5.2 open the packet, 5.2 open the packet at the time. What is the payload, 4.2, I wanted to reach 4.2, it's my payload, right? So 4.2 it's my payload. The interface also checking, this interface also checking what is here, what is the routing table here, also 4 network is also there. So that's the reason behind that this router is forwarding to the networks to here. So after that it will reply coming up same way, this way and this way and this way and this via reaching this interface. That's the reason begin it will take some delay. First time it will take some delay, after that we will after that we will connecting with him, another person, means it will coming up easily. So now we connecting with him, it will perfectly coming with the 4 replay also. So now we are coming with the 4 replays also. So this is a static routing concept. So now we want to go this interface to reach 1.1. So that's the reason behind ipconfig. It's a 4.3. Now I wanted to ping 1.1, ping 192.168.2.2. Here I got a reply from him. So how will it be possible to do that? Because of static routing concept. So static routing is most important to do that, because of the some reachable, some usable interfaces, some usable routers and servers also. It's connecting with the static routing only. So here it's a static routing concept is over. So now we want to do connecting with another router, and then after that it will connecting with some interface, means here it is a three network concept. So at the time we will configure that right now. So here it is a 2 interface only. So now we connecting with another switch, another router, and I connecting with them some devices, and then it will have a switch. So it will connecting with some PC here, and this device connecting with PC here, and here it is also another network, here it is also another network. Means what can I do at the time? So here this network have only 3 networks only, here it's also having the three routing table have only 3. Which one network? It is a 7 network, it's a 8 network, and it is a 9 network, means it's 7, 8, 9 only it is configured with him. So after that you will reach with this interface also, so how will possible to do that, how will reachable that? So this also discuss about the routing tables we are configured that. So now we are know that what is the static routing, what is the purpose of the static routing. We are quickly recap on it. Okay, fine. Yeah, I'll open the new paint. Okay, fine. So okay, now what is mean by static routing? Static routing is we are manually configure the interface. It's not changeable. Okay, so it's a static routing. Static routing means, what is the purpose of static routing? Means you are connecting with the interface with the another different network. It's a router mentality, and then you want to reach another network means via this network, via reach this interface. Here it is 2.1 network means here it is 1.1 network means here it is one network, here it is 2 network means here it is configured via this network and reachable the 5.2. Here it is I configured the router. I'll go to the configure the router, and you want to do reach 2 network means you want to send the request 5.2. So I'll configure this router and I wanted to go this network and then configure with them. You want this network, this interface wanted to reach 1.1 network means via we will configure the which via 5.1, which via 5.1. Why you wanted to reach two network, wanted to reach one network means via 4.1 5.1 will reachable, because the request is sending to him. I'll change the color, the request to sending him, and then it will sending via this way, and this via the router will checking the routing table. After that it will checking 1.1 network is here, so after that it is sending the request to him and then reply from him here this same way. So that's the reason behind the what is the static routing. So now we are know that what is the static routing, what is the static routing purpose. And then first time then the pinging means it's slow, and after that it will know the all interfaces means it will really configure to do that. So here also know that what is the static routing exactly we are do that. So here it is also another network person, and this is also another network. So router is mainly used to do connecting with the router is router mainly used for what, routing the packets, and then it will connecting only a different network only, it will connecting the interface only the different network. You are connecting with the same network means it will showing up the error of loopback, it will showing the loopback error. So fine guys, so now we are know that what is the static routing. So these all interfaces are reachable one interface to another network. I'll lastly do that. So I want to go this network ipconfig. I wanted to go ipconfig. Here it is 4.2 network, so I wanted to go 1.1 means think 192.168.1.2. I'll get the replay. Wait for some time. Yeah, I get the replay from you. 1.2 it will replay. So how will possible to do that? Because if it is if we are configured with a static routing means if it's a possible. So we are, this is a yes means it's a static routing via 5.1. So 5.1 means here it's a 5.1 network, 5.1 network via this network reaching this, and then this interface configuration T, and then do show IP route. So here it is a directly connected with the interface means it's a C, and then after that it yes means it's a static routing. Static routing 3 via 5.2, 3 via 5.2. Okay, so my mindset, I'll finish everything the static routing on here. So I'll end the meeting here. So please take the notes and then take the video again. Watch the video again and again. You will clearly understand what is the static routing. What is the purpose of the static routing. We are know that right now. So I'll end the meeting here. Bye bye. Thank you. Thank you so much for your support. And then share the video also. And then take the notes. Take the notes is most important. You know that, right? So thank you so much. Bye bye. We will see the another video.